Welcome to episode 10 of Feelings in Flannel. In this episode, Amelia and I finally decide on our number one, and we're going to tell you what's coming in season 2. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Feelings in Flannel is hosted by us. I'm Adam.
I'm Amylia.
And we are a father-daughter combo who are setting out to debate the merits of love, romance, humor, and faith in RomComs new and old.
Listen and join us as we seek to name the top 5 rom-coms and discuss masculinity and femininity together and how that plays into role. Make sure to like and subscribe and share it with your friends on social media.
Stay tuned.
All right, here we are, episode 10.
Yep.
And
the episode.
And this is going to be a hard-fought battle on both of our parts because we both equally love
Passion.
we both equally love and are passionate about our respective number ones. But now one of them has to win, and they could not be any more different movies.
Agreed.
From pacing to storyline.
But for the listener, in case you just joined us in episode 10, we're creating our unified 5, and the way that we're doing that is we are taking the criteria we each created. I had a set of criteria, and Amelia had a set of criteria. We're taking that criteria and checking down through it, and whichever movie ticks the most wins. So it's about as objective as we can get, right? Because if we're just going by which one do I like better, we're never going to come to a conclusion.
Nope. Because
I really like my pick, and you really like yours. So, which one do you want to start with? Shall we Rochambeau?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so scared.
It's been a while, but let's see if I can read your mind. Got it. Ready? Ah! I knew I had it. You're so predictable. I've let you win all of these. Why don't you just go? I'm going to let you win anyways.
I want this one to be number one so bad because I love this movie. And if I lose because it is like if it comes down to a half a point, I think I might cry because
if it comes down to the bonus soundtrack, you already know. The look on your face says it all. Pitch Perfect wins by soundtrack.
Yeah, but this is a really good soundtrack too. Those are just covers of really popular songs, so that's not fair. But the soundtrack fits the vibe of this movie.
Okay, so your number one is You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail.
Classic.
Very much so.
Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks. Absolute classic.
Yeah.
Everybody that enjoys love has probably seen this movie.
Yeah.
My number one is Pitch Perfect. And I knew it was a surprise. I want to say, though, if we could roll back the tape to when I uncovered my number one, your physical response to my pick should be admissible in this debate if it comes down to a tie. Because you said, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good pick.
But that doesn't equate to it should knock out You've Got Mail.
If it comes to a tie, it might.
No. We are not bringing my past choices into this. I had no control over my reaction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. Which one do you want to start with? It makes a little difference to me.
I guess we can start with mine because we started with yours last time.
All right, so let's remind the audience, in case they just joined us, what your criteria are and what my criteria are, and then we'll run them down. So go ahead with your 3. Just tell us what they are.
Mine are, I labeled it Giddy and Girly, which includes just like you just feel good watching it.
A heart squeeze,
A heart squeeze. Yeah, you just can't let that go, can you?
Makes more sense to me than Giddy and Girly.
women get it. Women out there get it.
All right. We're past it. That was episode 2.
Yeah. And my second one is the shift, where it's it's very obvious that their feelings for each other it shifts the whole relationship. And then the third one was, I called it cute moments, but that includes things like it shows that they know the other person, that they care about them, that they see them. Mm-hmm. That was mine. And then we had the same bonus.
And we had the same bonus. My 3 was a redemptive component, specifically that a character would move, like internal redemption, right? Mm-hmm. They go from arrogant to humble or something like that. Or the way that they view other people changes. So redemptive component, a patient or creative pursuit of their, significant other. Mm-hmm. And then the last one was that when one of the characters is out of place, or as I've said, doesn't belong. Mm-hmm. And so those are my 3. And then our shared criteria, our bonus criteria, was soundtrack. So
it makes or breaks the movie.
It makes or breaks the movie. So there we are. Criteria, it's on the table. The bell has rung. Let's do this.
All right.
You got mail. Run yours down.
All right. Well, for my criteria, it meets all of them. It has the getting girly, so many moments throughout it. Heart squeezes every corner. Every turn, there's a heart squeeze. It's like, I have a heart attack by the end of it. And then the second one is the shift, which is very clear. But it also has a twist because she starts falling in love with a completely different guy, she thinks. But it's the same guy. It's cinematic gold. It's a masterpiece.
Okay.
And then the third one was the cute moments, which is definitely in there with what he gets her. And he reads the books that she suggests simply because she loves him. I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. As a book person, that's like the purest form of love right there.
Okay.
And then soundtrack, definitely. It has like oldie songs like Rockin' Robin, Splish Splash, the puppy song.
Okay, so it's more of a classic vibe on the soundtrack. Would you say the soundtrack would be widely adored?
Yeah, because they're like classic songs, like Rockin' Robin, Splish Splash. Come on, those are like and Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Do you really think that
Stevie Wonder,
Rockin' Robin is an attractive song to most of your generation? I know you're different. You're a little different.
To my generation, no.
Okay, so that wouldn't be widely
Yes, it would. Because
adored.
Yes, it would. Because if like you said, this is a classic and a lot of people have seen this movie, they've heard the song, therefore they're one and the same. It's widely known.
Okay.
And loved, right?
I'm not quite with you on a full point for soundtrack.
Okay. Soundtrack, our criteria is based on if it fits the movie or if it makes the movie better, and it does. Not whether it's widely loved. Don't change the rules on me now. I'm going to fight for this.
Well, that's fair.
Yes, I know.
All right, so you've got 3, and then bonus is the bonus. A redemptive component. We'll run mine down.
Yep.
Does it have a redemptive component? I think, sure.
Double.
Like, there's no way that anyone could argue that it doesn't.
Yeah.
A double. Oh,
she has a redemptive component too.
Yeah, she changes her view of
things changing.
Big business, leaders in big business, things changing. He changes his view of just buying up the little guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So definitely that. Slow and patient pursuit. Yes.
Are you feeling defeat?
Oh, no. Not even close. It may come down to a tie. And then the last is that one of the characters doesn't belong. I think I've got you here. I don't think there's certainly not, in my opinion, there's not a full point case to be made for one of the characters doesn't belong. Circumstantially, personality, that kind of thing. So I'm saying no point.
Maybe we could say half a point just because I really don't want to lose. Can we have a grace point?
No.
Okay. I agree. There's really no... it's not... There. I can't even say it.
There's a crack. There's a fissure. There's a fissure on the armor. Mm-hmm. A chink in the armor?
Yeah. They're not a fissure. It's okay. We understood what you meant.
All right. There's a crack in the armor. I may be able to pull this win off. You left 2 minutes on the clock and the ball in my hand. So it was a football reference.
Oh, I'm like, we definitely have like 20 minutes
all
left.
the male listeners got that joke. Okay, so right now you are at 6, including the bonus. You know you've lost.
No.
You know you've lost. Yes, you have.
It's a mindset. If I think I lost, I already did.
Okay. Pitch perfect. Let's hit them. Let's hit them hard.
Right.
This is going to be so easy. Redemptive. Absolutely. She changes the way she views people in that particular hobby, right? Changes her view completely of them. She went from judging them to actually caring about them a lot, the group itself. We've got a patient or creative pursuit. Yes. He is the key to this movie. He's thoughtful. He's intentional. He wraps it all up in music. So the soundtrack, I mean, we're not there yet, but
Yeah.
so definitely creative and patient. And that one of the characters doesn't belong. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead. You know the answer is a full point yes.
Doesn't mean you have to admit it.
She was a nightmare. Didn't belong in the, highfalutin.
I didn't disagree, but I'm not verbally saying that you have
Okay.
it.
So 3 points. 3 strong points so far.
Well, that's where mine was. Plus soundtrack.
Right. And then it started to unravel.
Yeah.
This one won't. Watch. Giddy and Gurley, don't you dare say no.
Fine. Yes, there are moments in the love story that...
Massive moments. Massive heart squeezes. The shift.
Yeah. I'm like...
What? Please speak into the mic. Four
say
fingers, please. 4 fingers.
I can't say it. I can't.
And then the last one.
Showing that they know the other.
Showing.
Or like cute moments.
Yes. You know what I'm about to do. Yes.
That was clever.
That's it. That's a dominant moment for
I know.
knowing it. Okay.
And it's my favorite freaking song too that you just referenced. And I'm so upset. I can't recover from this one. I'm a sore loser on this one.
Are you going to storm out?
No, because I'll probably trip and break something. And that's just embarrassing. Okay. I will say that it sucks that I lost, but I feel like I lost to a worthy movie. I love that movie because I love musicals and it's a rom-com too.
Maybe I'm willing to let you make a case. Maybe there's something about You Got Mail.
It's written
that
on the
can
movie.
win. You've Got Mail?
No. Okay, this movie. Someone you pass on the street may already be the love of your life. That provokes thought. That makes you look at people differently. Now, it doesn't mean you look at people like, let's get married.
Differently.
But it makes you think, like, You don't know who God has for you. It could be the person that walks into the store after. You don't know. It just gives you hope. And the daisies, that's my favorite flower. So, like, you know.
So you're making a case that the tagline of this movie can level it up from a 7-6 defeat to a 7-7 tie. That's what you're suggesting.
No, a half a point. Like, that's gotta be.
That would make you still losing.
Yeah, but I gotta think of another argument. It's Tom Hanks.
But I want to point
iconic.
out, since we're going there, tagline, you're saying, you're going to, tagline says this, how could you not?
And it fits the
But my pick, Pitch Perfect, the tagline is, get pitch slapped. If that doesn't say love,
it doesn't. It fits.
it says love comedically.
No.
Yes, it does.
No,
love hits you. You ever heard that? It was like a slap in the face. People say that.
Yeah, but
And this movie will pitch slap you.
But it's talking about the it's talking.
I went on laughter alone.
No, because I'm panicking. I'm not good at debate. But
You were doing so well. You won 2 of 3 debates up to in last episode. But I knew I had you. This is like bringing in William Wallace or Russell Crowe in The Gladiator, who was, what was his name? You don't know.
I've never seen that movie.
We're totally doing another series. It was an obvious win. I mean, I put Michael Jordan on the court, and you brought Kurt Rambis. I don't know. LeBron?
I don't know these people. Michael Jordan definitely wins against LeBron James.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Is that the longer your arm is?
This is not the point of the podcast. I'm short in stature.
All right, well, we'll get that fist bump on the way out.
But so many things about this movie just make the vibe better. The quote, Tom Hanks, he's an American icon.
I'll make a deal with you.
And this is an American iconic movie. And Meg Ryan, too.
Do you need to hold near mirror?
No.
Are you emotional support is what mirror's for.
For men, not me.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I'll make a deal with you.
All right.
I will let you put this, because I really do like this movie. Okay, so let's start there.
And you even said, well, I guess I can't bring up the past because I said you couldn't bring up my past. But I'm still going to say
which is why I brought it up to begin with.
You even said, when I reviewed it as my number 2, that you're like, this might have to be in the top 5. So basically, that is saying I lose.
Okay.
That
No,
I read
that's
between
not
the
what I
lines.
said. But I do think it belongs in the top 5. It's an iconic movie. I can agree with you on that point. However, based on the way we decided to score these, it cannot be number 1 because it just got pitch slapped.
Okay.
I love it.
Stop making clever remarks because it makes me, I can't stay mad. I want to be mad, but you're just so good at this.
Okay. Let's go back and think, where could it fit in? Because it can't be here. And so let's run them down from 5.
Right.
So number 5 we agreed on was 10 things I hate about you. Mm-hmm. Okay. 4 is The Proposal. Mm-hmm. 3 is Hitch.
Yep.
And 2 is
While You Were Sleeping.
While You Were Sleeping. I would advocate that this owns While You Were Sleeping all day long, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I would allow you to slip this into number 2, and I would not even debate you because I don't think it belongs any higher than that. I think it does doesn't do the movie justice if it comes in at number 5 or 4.
It belongs at number 1.
It does not,
It does
clearly.
belong at number 1, but
We will let the listeners decide.
Okay, how about this? We can slide it in number 2 because I agree. It doesn't need to be at the bottom. But can I substitute While You're Sleeping for 10 Things I Hate About You? So While You're Sleeping would be number 5. 10 Things I Hate About You would be booted out because that one was still on the fence for me even when I had to pick a top 5 because I was like, it's good, but maybe another movie. So it would go Pitch Perfect.
I'm going to say if the 5th was mine, I would think that would be a problem. But because it's yours, you won the 5th slot. And While You Were Sleeping, do you think it beats not You Got Mail? Do you think While You Were Sleeping beats When Harry Met Sally?
100%.
100%.
100%.
I'd be okay.
All right. I feel like I can sleep well tonight.
Okay.
Because I was afraid that You've Got Mail was going to be gone forever. And it deserves top 5.
I agree with you.
Movie.
I agree with you. And I think if we didn't put it in there, the listeners would revolt and we would be canceled.
Yeah.
And don't want to be canceled.
And we would deserve it.
It's possible we'll get canceled just from some of my comments anyways. And I apologize for some of those again. But here we go. Run them down. And then we're going to talk about what's coming in season 2. We decided to do season 2. We're both excited about it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's revisit top 5. Let's run them down real quick. Go ahead. Number 5.
Number 5 is While You're Sleeping. 10 Things I Hate About You got booted. Mm-hmm. Number 4 would be The Proposal. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is Hitch. Number 2 is You've Got Mail. And number 1 is Pitch Perfect.
Okay. There we go. We have a unified top 5. And that's going to be relevant as we move into season 2. Mm-hmm. So first of all, before we do that, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed season 1. That was a good time. And I think we got a really solid top 5.
I agree.
There's not one of those movies that I would have to just be like, okay, I guess we can watch it. Like if it's on and we're watching it, I'm in. You know, I would get more excited about some than others, but I think it's a good list. And I think it's a list that any couple can sit down and enjoy both sides, the masculinity side of it, or the masculine view and the feminine view. Both will go, I was entertained. Mm-hmm. So, good job.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. I mostly enjoyed winning. It was. I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my parents, of course, and all of those coaches and teachers along the way who really poured into me across my life. It's this one really doesn't happen without the team. There's it's not just one person that wins. It's a group of people. What?
Why do you have to just gloat? Can you just be content with the win? I took it like I took the high road. I took it like a man. I accepted everything.
Did you?
I did. I said, you know what? I did lose, but I lost to a good movie.
Yeah, and I won like a man. Men gloat. That's what we do. And I'm going to hold this over your head for a long, long time.
But I feel like I can breathe. At least it's in the top 5. Because I was scared it was going to get booted out completely. So I appreciate the compromise.
Well, you're welcome.
See, that is communication, and that is healthy. That we just modeled a healthy, hard conversation without even trying. A healthy conflict. I meant to say
conflict. There was a conflict resolution in episode 10.
Yeah.
This is our last episode for season 1. We've got a unified list. We've had a lot of laughs. I have had tears in my eyes almost every episode except for episode 6 because I just wanted to curl up on the floor and sleep. because I had such a horrible headache. But it's been a great season. Really enjoyed doing this, and I'm glad that we're going to continue it for mostly because I'm enjoying spending the time with you, and it gives us something that, we have an inside track. We know, and we're not letting anybody know what we talk about until it comes out. We're making everybody wait. I'm really enjoying that. So I've had a good time.
Me too.
So season 2 is coming up. We are going to take a little bit of a break, but season 2 will what do we want to say? Drop, publish, go live. What is the word?
Yeah, I feel like drop is, I don't know, maybe the more modern or like the more up-to-date way to say it. I don't really know.
Is it
Released?
Is to say that it'll drop? Does that slap?
Pitch slap. Yes.
I'll give you that one. It not only slaps, it pitch slaps. And here we are, all things back to Pitch Perfect, which is why it's the number 1 on the list.
It is a good
Heck of a movie. But really, for real, season 2, we've decided we were going to keep recording, and we're going to go ahead and do it. And season 2, you can expect to be live or available, I should say, on February 4th. And so there'll be a few weeks break between this episode and episode 1 of season 2. But let's talk about season 2. Let's tell them what we're doing, because I'm pretty excited about this.
So, should I tell what we were originally going to do?
Yeah, why not? Because we may still do it.
No.
Later.
Well, yeah, maybe later. So, originally we were it was going to be a father-daughter sort of themed podcast. So we were going to invite fathers and daughters that we knew, whether it's from church or close friends, whatever, to join in on the conversation with us. And then as we were filming season 1 and kind of getting a feel for how it came out to be, because it's pretty organic for most of it. We don't really talk a whole lot before we just start talking. We felt like it would reach more people if you stayed the respective male perspective on these movies, and sort of like this substitute father figure.
Yeah, right. Which for the guys out there, when we were all younger and we played two-hand touch football, typically there was a person who is designated all-time quarterback. And that made it equal on both sides. So you kept the talent of quarterback for the team. So when you play in the schoolyard, you both had the same quarterback. So the quarterback, no matter who won, he always won. But in this case, it's kind of similar. I'm all-time dad on this particular podcast as we go into season 2, so that we'll maintain that emotional intelligence, the masculinity, and all of that. But so what are we doing, though? Because we are going to have some guests. So what's that look like?
I'm excited about this one, especially more so now that we changed it a little bit. So like I said, you'll be the sole male representative for the podcast in season 2. But then I'm going to invite some of my peers that I feel like would really enjoy being here, or wouldn't feel like completely like deer in the headlights. I was like that episode 1. I'll be honest. I got more confident and more comfortable. But I have selected the people that I want to invite. It's fun for me because it's my friends, and we'll have just a fun conversation. And it'll probably get some more serious topics because it's kind of hard to avoid that in our relationship. But I'm excited to invite some of my peers to join in. And what we're thinking is potentially having them bring in a contender movie against the top 5 that we have. So
what you're saying is top 5 could change in season 2.
Yeah. And I'm a little nervous because, you know, some of the friends I know the movies that they like. So I'm not as nervous, but some of them are completely different than what I like. And if you got mail, it's booted. I might be losing some friends. I'm just kidding. But I'm excited about that just to see what movies they bring in. Plus, it's an excuse to watch more rom-coms for me. But I probably won't need to watch it.
And me. Just kidding. That was a joke.
There's a kernel of truth in everything, Dad. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So season 2, we're coming out. You and I are going to be the staples on this for sure. We're going to be consistent in every episode, but we're going to have guests, and we've got enough. We've got guests lined up already, your peers, for half the season. And so what that means is that if you're listening to this and you have a really powerful perspective, there are some open spots to be a guest on Feelings in Flannel for you to make your case for the rom-com that you are passionate about to be in our top 5. And we would be open to that if you want to reach out to us. And we would love to entertain that conversation with you. But for now, this is it for season 1. It's been a great ride. I enjoyed the conversation and, most importantly, the time spent with you. So, season 1.
And I got to do this for Mom. I got to do a shout out for Mom. Yeah. I'm proud of you. And if anyone knows what that means.
Was that for me?
Yeah. But.
That you were proud of me?
Yeah, I'm proud of you. But that's a reference that I'm not even going to say. Because if you don't know it, you don't deserve to know it. And you should know it.
Yeah.
But if you do know it, you're all right.
It's like they say, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
With that, season 1, signing off.